Aquarius, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here with your end of May into June reading. So these are going to be fairly short readings, and we're going to read for your current energy. And again, working with this transition energy, what you're moving towards or what you have the choice to move towards, what you can move away from or be aware of on your radar. And then what you can surrender into, let go of, or come to terms with. And then we'll finish off with an oracle card. So, Aqua babies. So a whole heap of oracle cards came out for you guys, for your current energy. And it looks like you've been doing some serious work. I've had this deck for a couple of years, 2.5 years, something like that. I've never pulled this card before. Yeah, baby, what have you been doing? Because your reading for last month there was some turmoil there, I'm not going to lie. And there was a need to get grounded. And this is grounded energy, heat, fire, sacral, base. So it might be that you're digging into your passion. It might be that you found your passion. You can feel it coming alive now. This is present energy, infinite blessings. And when we talk about infinite blessings, you know, we're talking about the small stuff as well as what gets dropped in your lap unexpectedly. And the small stuff is maybe being surrounded by people who love you, who get you, and you being able to give love to others and to be able to meet others and maybe give gifts and blessings to others, food in the fridge, money in the bank, that kind of thing. It's almost like you're seeing yourself where you're at. That's the energy I get, like this, wow, my perception was skewed. It's something like that. My perception was skewed and I'm seeing this in a completely different way now. Because we've got rising up into higher ground here, which is, it's like reaching up into a higher octave of your mind. I get a kind of doing better. I get a kind of rightness. There's a rightness about this, and I don't mean that in a way that there's a wrongness. I mean it's elevated. That's the word. Feels like you're in this elevation of energy. Now, okay, you know I get itchy around the word best because who can define what best is? But what I'm really noticing about this is this deep plunge into the emotional self. And if Aquarius can get into their emotional self, that's a huge shift. That's a huge shift. To get into the magical waters of the underbelly of Aquarius. It's a huge shift. To feel life rather than just think it, to feel it, to swim in it. It feels really abundant, really rich. And what if your best self was being motivated by love, giving in love, receiving in love, building in love, creating in love? That all means you've got to get into your heart and into the depth of yourself and look at this. It's beautiful. It's almost like, you know, there's this beautiful polar climb here to get up onto higher ground and become a better version of yourself. It looks like you're in a serious elevation here, Aquarius, and all held in this energy of passion and heat. Wow. Water, fire, and air there. Okay, so good stuff on your horizon, it's looking like. And I've got to say, Aquarius, your cards went all over the place. They just didn't make sense. I've had to deal them 3 times because they just kept coming out like they were playing a game, like they were dancing with me and not making sense, coming out transposed, like what you can move away from came out first and what you can move towards, and it just didn't make sense. So I just want to put that on your radar, that there is some kind of, I don't know what it is, confusion, mixed messages. I don't know. But it's looking pretty good, what you can move towards. It feels like you're building something for the long term. It feels like legacy, actually. And the underlying card for what you can move towards is the Hierophant. Somebody else got this in the last reading. And this is about just achieving a new balance. Yeah, this is linking me back into higher ground. This is achieving a higher level of relationship with yourself and with your world and everybody in it. It feels inspired, clean, really clean. This is a heck of a transition, Aquarius. And these 2 cards for me say mastery of something. Okay, so this is quite a young energy that's enjoying lots of light bulb moments. Oh, that explains that. Yeah, okay. That's enjoying lots of light bulb moments and learning. I mean, learning about yourself, learning about what relationship you're in with yourself. And it might be that all of this is the same. You're just seeing it and experience it and interacting with it in a different way. That's actually what it's feeling like. Because it does feel like this, I don't want to say epiphany because I don't see any big explosion here, but just this deep realization that your life is different to how you've been perceiving it. And the Emperor, is mastery of all 4 kings. It's mastery of earth, air, fire, and water. Maybe taking a little break now, because the next card is Hermit, and to really sit in the Hermit energy and be a young student, bring that beginner mind. This really thoughtful, deep, pausing energy. And I don't think Aquarius are famous for getting into that pausing energy because it's electric. Aqua is electric, rebellious and idealistic. So with this card comes okay, so I'm getting a message that there's going to be things that you have to learn. There's going to be things that you have to learn as we exit May and come into June. It's like you're in a phase of learning, exploration, elevation, enlightenment. So that's going to take some quiet, pensive time, some deep reflection. Excuse me, my throat's sore. Deep inner reflection, going into the deep waters. And remember, we're heading towards total eclipse on the 26th. So lots of rest is going to help you. And here's where I get the legacy energy. Because because this is about building long-term goals and just going steady, you know, not acting on impulse, holding that material energy safe, steady, strong, and going within to find the next steps. It's a very sensory journey. I'm not seeing any fast ones fire here. This is mind, but it's a beginner mind. Okay, so you're moving towards a phase of learning and changing your relationships. This is primary stuff. This is building the foundation. And you're going to need slow time, some you time. Okay. Because, God, these two cards are so similar. It's uncanny. You've got the 6 and the 9 of Swords here. You know, and this can be crazy mind at night time. This can be analysis paralysis, going back and forth and back and forth. Do I, don't I? All thinking, no feeling. Okay, that's what is going to help you to move away from that and to just feel it and experience it within before you can manifest it without. And the 6 of Swords is what that's saying to me is beware the baggage. Beware what baggage you take forward with you as we step through this colossal transition point. And what I find interesting is your second surrender card is about fixing. And it might be that there's a reluctance actually to let go of something because you think you can fix it. That might be the toing and froing. And that might bring in a reluctance actually to really let it go, to complete that cycle and to let it go. Yeah, it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix something or someone. Each person must be accountable for their own healing. It's difficult, isn't it? Where there's fondness there to let something go so that you can be yourself. Okay. And this beautiful, deep diving energy is first and foremost about how you love and support yourself. Because if we're building it within, it's going to turn up in the world. But it's also about, can you slow down enough to receive, to become receptive to love and to support and to those beautiful light bulb moments. It takes stillness to tune in. And I know you're highly intuitive, but you're also very fast. This is quite a slow energy. And you might be really used to doing the mind analysis, the back and forth, the nighttime worries. But remember, what's currently in your energy is this elevation, deep diving, to come from a place of love, rising up onto higher ground. Now, this is a receptive energy because blessings land when you sit your ass down, when you open to receiving. Okay, when you're open to receiving, blessings will land. So, yeah, beware the noisy mind and beware of old baggage. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You'll know what to do, whether it's to let go or to stay and fix. It's entirely your journey, but there's really good stuff on the horizon for you. Yeah, again, that's echoing the Hierophant. By the book is about get ancestors with this. And then I get receptivity again. Oh, this feels lovely, actually. This feels like there's a family gathering around you. I can feel it in my heart. It's like they're whispering, we're here. You only have to ask. There's something about walking the old way. Because elephants walk the old trails year after year after year after year until humans get in the way, but they walk the old trails. It's coming in on the 11 as well. It's the intuitive. Very intuitive. And it does re-ask that question. How do you receive support and love? Are you asking for help? Because if this energy comes in, are you going to fight it or are you going to call in help? Yeah, it's a time for learning and a time for elevation. Great work, Aquarius. This is big, complex work, but it's very gentle. It feels very gentle. And there's a lot of you in there. There's a lot of you wanting to rest, to receive support and love, to become a part of something else. It's a beautiful energy, very gentle. Okay, my lovely Aqua babies, thank you for being here. Please drop me a like, share, subscribe, and a comment if you want to. I'd love to know what you took from this. So that is all for now. I will love you and leave you. And I'll see you again very soon. Take care for now. Bye. Gemini, welcome to your end of May into June reading. So we're going to do a reading for you to show your current energy, what you can move towards during this transition phase, and what you need to be aware of or move away from during the transition phase. And then there are no surrender cards that wanted to come out for you. I'll try again when we get to that bit, but maybe a surrender, what's going to help you to surrender to. And then a couple of oracle cards to wrap it up. Right, let's get into this. This is looking like a very decisive energy. Now, your current energy taking a fresh approach. What are you changing? What are you harnessing? I get the word harnessing and moving into. Dealing with change. Managing leadership. Being my own boss. Ooh, this is serious talk. Okay, a fresh approach. Becoming more spontaneous. Yeah, okay. And what I get with this is coming into unity with myself. Coming into unity with what your heart wants, with what your body tells you, with what your gut tells you, your intuition tells you, bringing them into unity. Not too shabby, fresh approach. I want to be my own boss. Well, okay, you've got all the right energy here. Because sometimes the first thing that happens when you become your own boss is people start getting a bit angsty about it. Okay. And so you just have to kind of stand your ground a little bit and sit in your light. This is like the unity of what you've been creating. It's beautiful. The beautiful container for you to focus your light. Solar plexus, this is about what you're creating in the world. This is self-confidence, will. And there is a question there, yes, of will you stand by what you're building? Will you stand by your fresh approach, your new spontaneity? And will you defend it to the end, even though it might bring in a little bit of chaos? Young passion. Beware impetuosity. Beware of quickly made decisions that genuinely might wound others. And at the same time, stand by. Such a Gemini energy, isn't it? At the same time, stand by what you're believing in at the moment. It's beautiful. Bringing it all together to create a fresh approach. And this might just be that you're bringing more passion into your life, more joy, more fire. Again, solar plexus energy, isn't it? Solar plexus, sacral. It's beautiful, passionate energy. It's so lovely. And what I get really strongly with this card is not asking permission. That's what I get. This very cool, clinical thinking. And acting, cool, clinical acting. Because what you're moving towards is justice. It's the right thing for you. It's the right course, the right path. It feels right. Okay. So check into that energy, and where you feel that energy goes out of alignment for a moment, is it because you're asking permission? Is it because you're seeking another's approval? Because there's an interesting card in what's to be avoided. I've never seen it come through this way before. Okay. So it really is keeping a cool, calm mind and going for what you want on your own terms, of your own volition, just you. Feels lovely. Feels edgy. Feels edgy. Okay. Got it so far? You with me so far? So try and avoid this energy as you're moving through. So this is a lovely card of celebration, but what came out with it was not celebration. It was about permission. It was about talking things over with others before you make the move, before you make the change. And in that, you're not really taking the risk, feeling the edge into that fresh approach. Because if it doesn't feel edgy, it isn't really a fresh approach. It's kind of a dilution of something you've done before with a little bit of comfort in it. Fresh approach is quite new energy. And so this is coming through as, it's like a need for approval. And again, the King of Swords is saying, maybe you don't ask for permission. There's no maybe about it. Don't ask for permission, because this is seeking permission and validation. And generally in the collective, that hasn't really got us very far, has it? And here he is. Okay. He might pull you back into that need for validation. And come in and steal your confidence. Okay. So there might be a bit of back and forth. And take baby steps. You know, this doesn't have to be a leap where you flip the table or torch the forest. This feels like careful steps to be you, to do what you want. And it's a careful navigation, but it's very powerful. Very powerful, very self-empowered, confident, cool, calm, confident. And it's right. It's right for you. You're doing the right thing. Okay, but there might be a bit of conflict with the old part of you that might need a bit of validation, or can I just talk this through? No, you don't need to. It's here. Take a fresh approach. Be spontaneous. Unify. I'm excited for you. I feel a little bit nervous and I'm excited. What are you building? What are you making, Gemini? I want to know. Leave me a message in the comments. Let's do you a couple of oracle cards too. Do you want to see if there's a surrender card? Is there a surrender card, please? For, oh my gosh, these feel very... Oh, they feel really weird. Do you have a message for Gemini, please? There really isn't. There's nothing. I'm not going to push it. That feels... It's like I've just woken a sleeping baby up. So I'm going to leave you with a couple of oracle cards. It just couldn't be more perfect. The new is spontaneous action, and the old is waiting for permission. Between worlds. That's where you are. Okay, so you've got to balance on two worlds. That's what you've got to do. Don't move too quickly. Bring in lots of feminine energy. Highly sensitive too. It's Gemini. Balance it through the intuition. Stay in the heart. Stay in the sensory perception. That screams transition. We're in the transition now. So be between worlds. It's okay. Just know where you are at every given moment. All right. Well done, Gemini. I can see you've done some work here. This is really in breakthrough now. Loads of solar plexus and sacral. Great. Juicy energy. Go get them. Please like, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment. It's lovely to have you guys here. And I will see you all again soon. Take care. Hello, Leo. Welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy Sawyer here. And I'm going to do your May into June reading. So we're going to look at current energies, and we're all in this colossal transition at the moment. So we're going to have a look at what it's going to be useful for you to move towards, or opportunities for you to reach out and take hold of, and what it's going to be useful for you to keep an eye out for, avoid during this time. Not comfy. Okay, so what I'm picking up for you, Leo, is that currently there's there's a change in the way that you think and process information. That's what I'm getting. And the three cards that wanted to come out for you are trust your own understanding. And that comes out with surrender defensiveness, because, you know, we live in a society that likes to justify itself, and we don't need to justify ourselves. Okay. Might be worth you having a look at Gemini's reading, because this energy is feeling quite similar. It's feeling quite self-motivated. So when we trust our own understanding and we speak that through, that's it. So if you have a tendency to defend what you're saying in any given circumstance, have a look at that. Autonomy, that's the word. Are you coming into autonomy? Is that what it is? Trust your own understanding. Now, I want to read these two together. Okay. Because this is where the change is happening. Wow. Really opening up that throat chakra to speak the truth. Okay. Without defending. Coming from a higher place. And feeding from the intuition rather than the ego. This is a lovely movement. So if you're clearing out the old, it might be that you are actually letting go of a compulsion within you to defend. And what I got with these cards is it's okay to show your support for something that you don't agree with. Just the sheer humanity of it. It's like you can be the wise person in the interaction, and you can meet what's coming from another person. Like they might have this great idea that they're all lit up about, and you might be full of reservations, but when you meet them on their terms, you can wave flags. You can put the banners out just to support them, and you don't have to agree with it. And you don't have to explain why you don't agree with it. And you don't have to defend why you don't agree with it. It's like a real altruism with her selflessness in here, in showing your support. Wow, it's a real change in thinking. This looks like a real change in thinking and processing information. Just being you, really, being you. Okay, so that makes sense. So what you're moving towards in this next coming phase begins with a tower moment. Okay. And what I get with this, because the next card out is the Queen of Wands, is that energy. Okay. The tower can be as much about a blinding flash of insight as it can be about your house of cards needs to be pulled down because it's built on unstable ground. And this looks very much like, I'm having that bad boy. I'm going to manifest with that. Queen of Wands, she works hard and she smiles all the way through. She's doing the whole lot, running the business, taking care of the home, and totally in her passion. She's not going to pass this up. Okay. This feels very Leonian. Very passionate. Okay. So I don't know if this has happened to you or if this is imminent, but it's the first card out. The first card out is the Tower. And I'm not getting any, there's no cards around it to support a falling down. This looks like a blinding flash of something. Okay. This is about planting pentacles carefully. It's about diligence. It's about pragmatism. Again, this is legacy building. This is not the get rich quick. This is building for the long term. Slow and steady wins the race. It's sticking at it with passion, sticking at it. Whatever it is, whatever this is or was, it has legs. It has legs and it can go the distance. Now, these three things together may spell a time of hard work, what we humans call hard work, but this is passionate work. This is coins. This is material abundance, and it's coming in the first three cards. Okay. And you might need to carve out some rest time. Four of Swords is this deeply contemplative, inward facing, meditative rest. And that might be when you draw down the next few steps to build whatever it is you're building, to really get into a soft, quiet space that's going to keep you balanced, okay, and in that creative flow so you don't burn out. Because this is what you're heading to. This is wish fulfillment on a personal level. It's this is personal success. It is. It really is. It's personal success. It's a beautiful reading, Leo. It's a beautiful reading. Lots of creation. Steady, steady. Don't be impetuous. Take time to rest, because you're heading for the 9 of Cups. Pot of gold. It's good. It's good. Okay. Keep them peeled for these energies. This all adds up to a bit of meanness. I'm just going to call it what it is. It feels like meanness. And the 6 of Pentacles is normally about reciprocity and fair exchange, but this feels like a one-way street. This feels like either all take and no give, or give and no take. It feels mean. Withholding. It feels withholding. This is that kind of martyr energy. It feels, is it martyr energy? Victim. Feels like victim energy. I mean, there's a dirty, fat, great rainbow coming out of this one pot. And she's not looking at it. She's just mugwumpsy about these. So this actually might be some of your past coming in. About where you might have had to fight for money, fight for income, fight for love. And sometimes this King of Swords can be mean, can be aloof and superior. And sometimes if we're feeling hurt, we can go up into that aloofness where we look like we don't care, but we're actually quite wounded. So, yeah, watch out for those energies. We're taking a huge leap, and there's going to be some of that old devil energy pulling the mind back to the old narratives of it isn't enough, that withholding energy. Scarcity, that's what it is, scarcity energy, where we respond in meanness. We're mean to others because we feel the world is being mean to us. That's what that feels like. So, surrender your frustration. Just breathe through it. Meet it and then breathe through the frustration. You'll get there because blooming heck, you've got the makings of something really great here. Really, really great. So, yeah. It says the resolution to frustration is to take a breath and center yourself. It's just the old coming in. I'm going to breathe through it. I'm going to create a lovely circle of clean breath. And then let it go and keep your eyes focused on this beautiful energy. And your big surrender, because it looks like you're online now, Leo. You're online and ready to leap like a leaping lion onto your soul path. It's amazing. Yeah, so it might come in like a blinding insight. Amazing. I'm going to leave you with a couple of oracle cards, Leo, but this is a wonderfully abundant, successful time for you. be careful not to get lost in that old scarcity narrative. Yeah. Clean it up and be fair. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, clean up that old scarcity mindset and be fair. Be fair with yourself. It follows that you'll be fair with others. Start to believe that life is fair. Start to believe it. Okay. Even if you don't see it, start to believe it. Because there's a bit of bigger balancing system going on. Beautiful, Leo. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I've really enjoyed this reading. We're all in such big breakthroughs, such an exciting time. So I will see you again soon. Please drop me a like and a comment, or subscribe or share. And I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Much love. Bye. Hello, Virgos. Well, this is a reading and a half. Virgo, I'm going to attempt to do your May into June reading. We're going to look at current energies, what you're moving towards, and what you have a little caution note to stay away from, to move away from. My hand is doing this. Okay. And then some oracle cards. So I'm pulling these cards out, and there's like this missingness. I'm like, what is missing here? I can't grab onto anything. And there's no pentacle, there's no earth in this reading, and you are mutable earth. And there's no earth. Okay. So don't shoot the messenger. Right, let's get stuck into this and see if I can understand what's going on. It looks like you're going to be challenged. It looks like you're going to be challenged because it's all beingness. It's beingness. There's not much doingness. Okay. Now let's begin with your 2 oracle cards, which were center. Get centered. However you do that. Whether you use nature, whether you sit under a tree, whether you use the breath or meditation, get centered. I'll give you a clue. In the heart. Get centered in the heart. All right? Because you're currently in a phase of renewal. I've just got the sentence, putting pictures and images together to create a new landscape. So we're all in the imagination, all in the feels for this one. So get soft. Okay. And you are soft. You are lovely, soft people. There's a real delicacy with this reading. I just kind of want to be like this. It feels really delicate. Okay. It's going to take some inner reflection. So you may like to kind of join these guys up to get centered. And do that through some meditation and just resting the mind. Coming into yourself and turning on that third eye and tuning into the heart. Because, and I had to pull this one just to give me something to hang on to, because it's just love. It's all love. So you're in renewal. So you're renewing something, you're upgrading something, uplifting something. Okay. So there's inner reflection and mending. So this is about leading life through the heart. And feel the stillness of that. I could sit in that all afternoon. It's beautiful. It is literally about him following his heart, waiting till he tunes into his heart to get it to open up and speak to him, and then moving on that. It's a much slower process than thinking and doing. And then it jumps straight to the Nine of Cups, which is wishes granted on the personal level. That's it's a pot of gold. And it can be an unexpected blessing coming in, like kind of wish come true blessing coming in. Okay, this is what you're moving towards. And the Nine of Cups then goes to the Ten of Cups, which is wholeness. It's as family as a family can be. It's the balancing of the masculine and feminine in love. And 10 has the same energy of renewal. It's that rebirth energy. Now, in the 3D, this could absolutely talk about someone coming into your life. And it can also talk about a period of healing where you're going to change your relationship with love. You're going to change the dialogue with your own heart. And that's a very expansive, soft energy. And I can already feel your mind going to, but why? But what? But how? What do I do with it? What can I make with it? What can I be with it? Don't see any of that energy here. It's very soft. It's very quiet. And then out pops this. So we have procrastination. And this can be a kind of restless energy. And I feel fidgety just in this. And this is like, what now? It's that energy. Fidgety, what now? Yeah, I've done the hard work, what now? I'm Earth, I want to build something. Okay, well, okay. Okay. That's pretty earthy. Would you agree? What if you surrendered to procrastination? That's interesting. What if this isn't a time to leap and jump and build and do? What if this is a time to be? That might frustrate you. Okay. So I'm now kind of getting quite confused. And I got to say, the part of me that likes to create was looking for something to create. But what am I moving? Well, you're moving towards 9 and 10 cups. Yeah, but there's something missing. What is missing? So I go to what to avoid. And this is interesting. This is basically, this is coming through for me as the relationship between spirituality, love, and money. As simple as that. Love and money. Okay, if this isn't other, then it looks like all they've got to offer is love. I'm going to pull another card on that. And I don't want to pull another card on it because I don't want to give you the answer. Because Because it might be that lots of coins come out, but that will stop you working. That will stop you getting into mending this deep relationship with self-love or a potential relationship with all love. So yeah, that's the only earth really in the reading is the King of Pentacles. So I pull more cards for you, Virgo. High maintenance Virgo. I'm just joking. And look what pops out. I don't want to be hanged man. I don't want to pause. I don't want to sit and consider. Okay. Well, that looks pretty cool to me. I mean, she's shining her light straight down into the water. Kind of going, now what can I see? Gets interesting, doesn't it? Now, I don't know where you are on your journey, but if you're the soul, the kind of soul that's doing their inner feminine and masculine work, not going to get any better than this. To balance the masculine and the feminine at heart level, this is booyah. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work. Okay. So I'm going to set a good example here and not reach for conclusions. I'm noticing my mind wants to reach for conclusions. So where's this all leading? But that's just feeding you, and you've got to feed yourself. Seriously, you've got to feed yourself. You'll know what the conclusion is. It might be super sweet. I mean, super easy. This is a divine match. Okay. It might be that easy. Depends where you are on your journey. It might be that you've decided that it's time for you to really do some heart work and open up and balance and center the heart to renew the energy. Very soft, very, very soft, gentle, meticulous energy. And I'm going to invite one last oracle message, please, for Virgo. One last oracle message for Virgo. Do you know what? I'm going to break out a different deck just because it's you. Just because it's you. Okay. Have a card for Virgo, please. It's that one. Look. It's all love. It's all love. Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to finish with a question. Give you permission to absolutely hate me. Is there a King of Pentacles hanging around? And is the sorrow attached to that? That would be my final question to you. Because this is the move away from pile. I'm not telling you what to do. You will make your decision. But there's all this heart-centered loveliness here, which is very gentle energy. Well, Virgo, take your time, because time is on your side here. Take your time. Do this hard work if it calls to you. Fantastic. What a beautiful, gentle. I've so enjoyed being in your energy. It's very calm, very meticulous, very calm. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Virgos, I'm going to have to think of a title for this. Thank you for being here. Please like, share, subscribe. Drop me a comment if you want to. And I'll be with you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey Pisces, welcome back to the channel. Chrissy Sawyer here. I'm going to do your reading for the end of May into June. And what a reading. What a reading. Yeah, it's a smorgasbord. So what we're going to do is look at your current energy, and then we're going to look at what you can move towards, and then we're going to look at what you can move away from, because we're in this huge transition. So there's going to be some old pulling back to the pastness going on. And then I might pull a surrender card or an oracle card and we'll wrap it up. Right, let's see where this goes. So you're currently in something, my darling Pisces, and you're having to practice discernment. Okay. Right, first card out for you is discernment, sorting the wheat from the chaff. Who do I trust in this? Well, actually, you can trust yourself, all right? And there's a cultivation energy here as well, about when we learn to trust our own understanding, we begin to develop autonomy, self-confidence, courage, and then the solar plexus starts activating. When we let go of the am I right or am I wrong, that doesn't really matter too much. The fact that we are trusting our own understanding is the essence of this discernment. There's always a bigger picture. There's always a bigger picture. What does that mean? That's saying something like, look out for something that you might miss. So if this is a conflict situation, it's coming through very gently, but if this is a conflict situation, then coming into centeredness, because we've got the balance card here. Okay. Yeah, okay, right. So there's two energies here. There's one where these two people are in a tug of war, and they might be both trying to make a point. They might both want to be heard in that. But there comes this point of balance, actually, where you're both leaning out, holding one another. It's a symbiosis. And it might be in that balancing energy that you go, oh, I see what you were trying to do. That's the bigger picture. This is beautiful. This could almost be, in this energy today, this is almost a conflict and resolution card together, holding the tension of the conflict. If there's any 13s, holding the tension of the conflict until it balances itself out. Trusting yourself. So, wow, discernment, trust your own understanding, achieve balance, even if you're in the conflict. See the bigger picture. There's a warning there that will bring you sadness, that instant reaction, rather than moving into the movement and harnessing that energy and using it to achieve balance in leaning out, which will allow you to see a bigger picture. Respond rather than react. It's easy for me to sit here and say that, isn't it? I know. And it is super easy, because when I show you what you can move towards, what you are moving towards, it's pretty spectacular. And I've actually got two stories emerging here, Pisces. I've got like, wow, success, like really wow, success, victory, whatever you've been building is or is going to be very successful. Queen of Wands has totally got her shit together. Standing in the spotlight of your own success, or in the spotlight, being seen and celebrated by others. This is such a beautiful energy. So much passion here. So much passion. And then the energy changes somewhat, and another story emerges, but it's coming straight out of the High Priestess, which is so Piscean. It's just that beautiful cosmic mind. And so two major arcana look here. This feels like the birth of something new here. And this feels different. This is like, yeah, keep that going. That's great. Now we're going to throw another ball up in the air, because I'm going to bring in this flash of insight, which is going to start you on a new soul journey. And if you take the leap, you're going to be birthing something very passionate and joyful and exuberant and exciting. I'm surprised there isn't a card that's come out here that's saying, and take some rest, because it feels a bit unbelievable, actually. You might be quite shocked by this. Okay. Watch out for these guys. Okay. This is just torture. It's crows pecking at your mind energy. It's mental confusion. It's going to war with yourself. It's lying awake at night, going back and forth and back and forth. This is just old, useless mental confusion. You can replace that. In fact, you can replace that with all of these starter cards. Get into balance. Get into balance. However you do that. See the bigger picture. The bigger picture is there are two storylines here. One is the victory of a current success, and the other feels like a back-to-back new birth of passion. Because this might be the birth of a passion like that just feeds your soul, like traveling, like singing, like dancing. But it does need a leap. It needs a leap of faith. So it's a significant birth of passion. All right. It might be a new business, but I'm not seeing pentacles. I'm seeing passion. And I might ask you a question. How do you celebrate success? How will you, let's make a commitment, Pisces. How will you celebrate your success? Okay, sorry, I went off on a tangent there. We're sorting these guys out. See the bigger picture. Because this is all good. It's all good. Trust your own understanding. I'm just in some noisy mind stuff. I'll just send that love and let it go. I'll send that love and let it go. Okay. I'm going to use my discernment to respond rather than react. Okay. Got everything you need here. You've got the centeredness and the balance and the discernment is there for you to play with. We've got active success and the birth of a new passion. Stinking thinking, I'll put that over there. Let's draw you some oracle cards. In fact, let's see if there's anything you can surrender to. Is there anything that Pisces can surrender to? Wow. Yep. I want to change that to celebrate the magic of who you are, because look at what you're achieving here. This is just magical. Okay. That's interesting. It says, remember you're a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Right, okay. I'm going to bring another message here. Okay. So this feels like kind of the earthly realm you that's successful. Okay. And this feels like the higher you. That wants to birth itself. As a youngster, just in love with life, as exuberance. That's interesting. Are you birthing your magical self, Pisces? Is that what it is? Are you birthing your magical self? Wow. Surrender to the magic of who you are. Okay. Let's have an oracle card, please, and we'll wrap this meeting. Let's wrap this meeting up. Thank you. I'm not giving you that one. Kind of goes on the things to be avoided. I'm just going to sit with this for a minute, bear with me. Yeah, I'm not feeling these cards. Pisces, I'm not going to give you these cards because they're just echoing all that noisy swords stuff. Rubbish. Let's give you a beastie instead. Yeah, they're just echoing just this scarcity thinking, mental confusion. Thank you. Look, I'm just saying, okay? I can't make this up. White Raven, that's deeply magical. 66, 12, 3. Cycles. Yeah, trust in the magic. It's like your high priestess is cooking it for you, is doing the work. It's going to bring in a new opportunity to rebirth passion. just be as simple as go and have some fun and do it on your terms. This is beautiful reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, Pisces. You've kept me on my toes, that's for sure. Right, take good care. I'm going to leave you with lots of love, and I'll see you again soon. Please like, share, subscribe and comment. See you soon. Bye.